Recently, I beat Dead Cells for the first time, but beating the game doesn't mean you're done with it. Once I won, I unlocked a boss stem cell, which can be activated at the beginning of runs to make it harder. Winning with 1 active unlocks the second, then 2 unlocks the third, and so on, all the way to 5 boss cells. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Today, I'll be trying to beat the game on 1 BC. I drop back in with my Risk of Rain duds and move to the center to activate the boss cell. Enemies hit for more damage, and sometimes health fountains will be replaced with a single heal instead. Okay, perfect. There is a 4th item. You're gonna give me an amulet? I got the bow and shield since both were pretty much totally neglected on the way to my first win, and steeled myself for what was to come. All right. Gaming. I'm actually nervous. I'm actually like, I don't want to go. I'm serious. I'm genuinely nervous. Let's go. In the spirit of changing things up, I decided to focus on tactics, and was having a pretty good experience with the bow. What the hell is that? That was scary. The other sneaky little thing they do with boss cells is add enemies to areas that are either brand new or enemies that already exist in different areas. Honestly, it's a welcome change of pace, and the new enemies aren't too bad. Ooh, we got a sinew slicer! Now, we do like the sinew slicer. I must admit this. A bat, I've heard this goes crazy with some builds, but I don't know what the builds are, and I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rockin' roll and drift away. A lot of you guys mentioned that I should get all of the DLC since it makes the game way more varied, but I don't want to add them all at once and overwhelm myself. So for these runs, I'm just adding the Bad Seed DLC. And to make sure I experience the new content fully, I added the rule that I have to go through the new areas for every run. Now that I've said that, you might be wondering why I'm in the promenade. Well, I didn't add that rule until later. While I'm here though, I wanted to use this fancy new gadget, which I found in this new shop type area in the prison. You throw it at an enemy with the blue circle symbol above its head, then it turns into an elite enemy, then you pick up the other item that drops, drop that elite to 40% health, and throw the new item at it. With these 13 simple steps, you too can pick up a blueprint. This run is fucking over, but I got a blueprint. Oh, and it's a one-off. Oh, so you have to pick which thing you're oh, okay. Unfortunately though, I got a little too hurt figuring it out and lost the blueprint anyways. I wish I could have at least turned in that blueprint. Okay, I was all over the place. We're rusty right now. Oh, and now we got the Penchaku and the shield that I'm definitely gonna use. At this point, it's almost like a test. Like, could he beat the whole game without parrying? Imagine. I don't know, maybe. The next attempt quickly settled into a brutality run, and after taking a couple hits, I tried very hard to pick up my 30 kill streak. I'm literally at 29 right now. If there's not one more enemy in here, I am gonna be upset. No, are there no more enemies? I could go up here to the right and up. I just need one enemy, please. Oh no. You're gonna fuck me, aren't you? Other than the small windfall of another reference weapon, there were absolutely no more enemies to kill. The only thing that could be worse is if there actually was an invisible enemy that I missed and could have gone back for if I just knew about him. That aside, I set foot into the dilapidated Arboretum for the very first time. Can I go here? I can go here! This was the DLC I got. I couldn't remember. Let's go to a new place I've never been to before on a higher difficulty. I think that's just swell. Achievement! Woo! It's rare because not everyone buys it. Out here, the name of the game is mushrooms. A little mushroom guy. All right. Little guys who will charge you and sometimes decide they don't want to take damage anymore, and big guys who just throw shit at you. There's also standard shit, but come on, who cares about that? More ass of the banish. Sign me up. Elite Yeeter. Oh, okay. Well, that was fun. You know, I enjoyed it. I will say. God damn it. Oh, if only I had a shield to parry, that'd be so much more useful. Get parried, you fucking clown. Yeah, you saw that right, everybody. For maybe the first time ever, I intentionally parried an enemy's attack. With my... I'm over here now. But where I start using one mechanic, I stop using another. Like healing, for instance. I don't know why I'm playing this so stupid. First of all, I heal, but I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about the tonic. I don't know, I'm just hanging out. I gotta get back in the groove. Oh, that's why those doors are locked. It depends on the amount of boss cell there is. That was so much damage. Ooh, wait, when the sinew slices? Hello? Sign me up? Okay, so we've got prison depths and ramparts. I I feel upset is what I feel. What the fuck was that? Remembering to heal was a pretty strong strategy that let me survive the Arboretum and move on to the next area. Before that though, I upgraded my equipment. Now the bone poisons enemies, the sinew slicer pierces, and the fire grenade does more damage to bleeding enemies. So now my skills synergize decently well. I went ahead and took the Predator for my second mutation, and if you're perceptive, you might have noticed I've gotten YOLO in both of these runs. But why would I have such a bad mutation taking up one of my 3 spots after I've already made the game harder? Well, there's an achievement for finishing a run with YOLO equipped, and the game is only going to get harder from here. So if I'm going to sabotage a boss cell run, it might as well be this one. The mud is getting warm. What? Oh no. Oh no. This is, I don't like this. I will be honest with you. Holy shit. Do I just have to do that every time I come here? I would rather never do that again. Oh, come on, you blow dart bitch. The Morass is starting off with a strong impression, both with the unavoidable mini-boss and the new most annoying enemy, the Dart Blowers. And with such a strong impression, I was quickly overwhelmed. I was the blow dart guy. God damn, this new shit's stupid. You might think it's disappointing to be dying so early in my runs now that I've beaten the game, but I'm actually kind of chilling. And now that I've got this poison bow, I'm starting the next one off pretty well. Not only does it poison, but it also crits at close range and can scale off of brutality. Pretty much everything I want in a bow. And to put a nice little bow on things, pun intended, I burn the ground when I slam down. I picked up an ice grenade, picked up this map, which is basically useless, and left the area without taking a single hit. For my reward, I got some pretty whatever twin daggers, upgraded them, and immediately made them synergize and moved on to the promenade. Like I said before, haven't made the DLC rule yet. Okay, what the fuck? The shopkeep gave me the sinew slicer special. I think I made the right choice here, and found my first super high risk, high reward weapon. It'll deal 4 times damage, but in exchange, I will take 4 times damage. And with how much damage this thing already does on its own, it was certainly tempting, but I'm just not good enough yet to survive the drawbacks. I thought with the damage I took earlier, I missed out on the kill streak, but after I swapped the bow for the laser glaive, which helped me win against Hand of the King last time, I was able to finish up my kill streak and put some frying pans in my backpack as a result. After that, I unlocked the Sadist Stiletto, which crits if the enemy is poisoned or bleeding, and swapped it out with the twin daggers to test it out. And once I upgraded it, giving it even more damage to poison enemies, I was starting to miss my poison bow. But remember, my slicer not only causes bleed on its own, but the bleed also causes poison. Truly a match made in heaven. Okay, thank you. What's up with your little fucking gremlin, huh? I swapped my ice grenade for fire since it'll scale with everything else. It also does more damage against poison, and it has the special effect of giving me a temporary shield. Apparently I'm workshopping some laughs. I tried my best to save the kill streak, but this time there actually weren't enough enemies left, and I had to miss out on the 3rd reward. After that, I made some inconsequential upgrades, took Predator, which is completely useless on bosses, and finally made it to the Concierge for the first time on 1BC. I was so cautious going against the big bad boss cell boss that not only did I beat him, but I did it without taking a single hit. Woo! Was that a hitless Concierge? I think it might have been. Oh, steamrolled. And because I beat a boss hitless, I got a free legendary. Oh, the bone. Picking the bone over the stiletto kind of ruined the poison thing I had going, and was probably just a bad call overall, but I can't leave a legendary behind. With my build thoroughly ruined now, I moved on to Stealth Village. And there to greet me were not only the pirates I love so much, but explosive crossbowmen as well. Oh, it explodes. What a cringe thing you're doing. Let me out. Outside of that annoying situation, things were going all right. I got the key, got the 60 kill streak, and pretty easily rounded things out. The rewards were pretty useless, so I just dumped all of my cells into some unlocks and started moving through the clock tower, which also wasn't that bad. And with the help of my glaive, I was able to keep myself entertained. I really like this thing, man. It's so much carnage. Of course, while I'm having so much fun, I still need to remember to keep on my toes. Yeah, both of my weapons are a pretty solid pick. Damn it. Oh my god. Fuck off. Shortly after, I swapped my grenade and slicer for an infantry grenade and powerful grenade. I don't really have a good reason for this, I just wanted to avoid using the same builds every time. It is a pretty decently sized explosion. I'll give you that. Oh no! Oh no! If only I had something that would bounce between several enemies. What is the matter with me? After the surprise lesson about chess, it was time to say my goodbyes to the clock tower. Who can it be now? And say hello to boss number 2, the timekeeper. Hey timekeeper, what you got for me? Unlike the concierge, she got quite a few hits on me and even had an attack I've never seen before. Okay, you are, you're something. Let's finish this indeed. You might kill me. Is this how you usually fight? Or am I just stupid? Unfortunately for her though, that new attack ended up working against her. Oh fuck. Oh, I got you. It's only my 3rd try and I've already gotten to the castle. While I'm here, I went ahead and swapped back to the fire grenade, and with how much damage I do, most enemies are dead before they can even attack. What the Sigma? Sorry. I don't know what came over me. Oh, hey. I have to learn to jump that. Doomfist actually is my biggest obstacle right now. Oh, hey, buddy. Okay. So, hip. Go. Uh-oh. I'll admit it. Uh-oh. Man, he died, huh? Once I got all 3 keys, I got to the last door, unlocked everything, and tried quite miserably to get this blueprint. That's it. That's the only time I'm gonna try that. I'm not doing that on this run, in this situation. I'm not doing it. I will jump into a wood chipper. Oh no. Oh no. Instant heavy grenade, fire grenade, because then he'll be covered in inflammable oil, and then the inflammable oil will be burned. And then when the next heavy grenade comes up, it'll do double damage. And as it happens, I still have my 1 revive. I've made all my preparations. All that's left is to face the hand of the king. Oh god, he did it. He sure did. Fuck off. God damn it. I knew I had to heal, but I don't know, or I knew I could heal, I should say, but I don't know when my openings are to heal with that guy. I felt like I was gonna get that. That's so unfortunate. Damn. Yeah, I really just started floundering as soon as the fight started. But the next day was going to be different. First of all, I finally decided to add the rule of doing every DLC area, so goodbye to the Promenade and Ramparts for now. But also, from here on out, everything was streamed on Twitch. So, if you want to check that out, my name is my name, and I stream when I stream. The Bone was doing some pretty good work against the Yeeters, and I found an ice shield just laying on the ground. The game also tried to tempt me into breaking my DLC rule with extra resources if I go to the prison depths, but I stayed the course just enough to burn my kill streak. Yet another parry, proving to me how useful shields are, and it's back to the damn dart blowers. I got thoroughly decimated by one of these samurai and immediately forgot the lesson I learned against the 2nd tick monster. And then, because I was so low on healing, the 2nd samurai brought me down. Now that we're a few attempts in, my patience is starting to wane. So with my trusty crowbar, I started the next one at Mach speed. And then I swapped my trusty crowbar for the pan. I initially picked the pan because it served me well in the past, but the more practice I got in 1BC, the more I realized that the crits were a little too hard to get for me. I thought the pans would be viable all the way to the end, but they're already starting to fall off. This is serious. There we go. I lost a lot of health for that, but I did get a fucking barnacle. Excuse me? Get rolled! I've parried twice in 1 run! Might literally be a record. We get there, boys. Fuck. Parrying only matters if you don't take damage. He's too small! He's impervious. That one hurt. That hurt. On the way to the morass again, I noticed a nice synergy between the Frostbite and Melee mutations. Melee adds a slow stack with every melee attack, and Frostbite will deal damage over time for each stack of slow on an enemy. He got his ass handed to him. Not only that, but frozen enemies count as having max slow stacks, so this ice shield's going to be even more useful. Haha! Get parried, idiot. I was able to successfully navigate the morass this time around, and after grabbing Frostbite to complete the synergy, I got my first look at the DLC boss, Mama Tick. She starts off as just an eye stalk with periodic attacks from below with her claws. After that, she figures out she can hide that eye stalk and just throws out a torrent of claw attacks. Then she forgets about that entirely and completely reveals herself. She's pretty tanky, and I'm not used to her at all yet, but with ample opportunity to heal, I was finally able to drop her. Okay, I got it. I lost a lot of health, but I got it. First try. And since that's the last DLC area, it's back to what we know with Stilt Village. I did it. I did it. I did what I set out to do. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. It did feel pretty good to do that 3 times in a row. Don't you shoot at me. I'm doing something. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. Fuck off. Dude. Whoa. I couldn't make out either of their attacks because they were right on top of each other. Shit. That was crazy. Okay, we got a green melee weapon. It's already over. I didn't realize that the extra jumps were so useless. You know what? Let's give it a whirl. I'm really bad with the hammer, but let's go for it. Come on. What's the worst that could happen? I just did brutality without even thinking. That was stupid. Oh, what does the hammer do? It crits on, stunned, frozen, or rooted. Oh, I didn't even realize this has a synergy. And if you're wrong, I'm gonna scream. Oh my God, that's crazy that I've done that twice. This run, oh hey, look, it's all the brutality. The game seems to think I want that. Hey, you know what? Let's go over to survival before we press A. I was thinking that might be a good idea. Oh, hello. He would have damaged me. I did not see him at all. He was out shopping and then he had an awkward encounter with someone else in the grocery store and just ran outside into traffic. Oh, I didn't take damage. Isn't that fun? You know what? I'm gonna do it. That might be really stupid. Are there even enough enemies to kill here? There might not be. Oh, I have fallen. From here on out, a lot of my runs ended in the DLC. I did feel like I was improving in general, but between the dart blowers and getting tempted by curse chests, I just couldn't make much of a breakthrough. Oh, he was charging up a thing. I didn't know what that was. I gotta stop taking the curse shield or the curse chest, man. It's so stupid. That's what is happening? It's a cursed chest. No, I'm learning my lesson. I'm nervous. Oh, okay. I tried to roll. God, I suck. Why did I do that is what I'm thinking. Hey, it's the spiked shield. I haven't picked that up 5 times. That's exactly what I wanted. Plus 80% damage on a poison target. So the stiletto poisons the targets, crits when they're poisoned, and on top of that, deals extra damage when they're poisoned. More like no bar, because I don't want it. This run has potential for sure. I think it's not the best in the world, but it does favor longer fights because of all the damage over time it can apply. So it should be fine for bosses, even if it's not that great. But maybe I should. You stupid asshole. I hate this guy. I hate him so much. Shut up! Oh shit. Oh, I forgot. She does new shit. She died. I was focusing on healing. I didn't see how far her health was going. I made it all the way to the castle yet again, and this time with a very solid poison build. Not even the elite enemies could last more than 5 seconds. So I did that thing where I got 3 keys despite not knowing how to get the secret blueprint, but this time I had Twitch chat. I'm not gonna go for this because I don't want to take the damage and everything. How do you get this? Detach your head. Oh, I forgot all about that. You're so right, King. Oh, God. I forgot I could do that. With the power of the boomerang blueprint at my disposal, I prepped for the final fight. I decided to swap the glaive for the throwable objects I've been keeping in my backpack. While the glaive does do crazy hits, that'd only apply to the enemy's Hand of the King spawns in, and 22,000 damage is just overkill. At least with the objects, that damage would go to the boss. With a solid game plan in mind, it was time to get round 2 underway. Oh, I missed. That's unfortunate. Uh-oh. He's doing that thing where he kills me. What's up with that? Oh, I healed and then okay. I didn't mean to land on the platform and it interrupted my heal. I meant to... Oh. I actually had some very good damage going in this time, but it still wasn't enough to stop me floundering and dying. After that unfortunate end, I had a couple pretty fun runs like this one where I unlocked the barnacle. And the barnacle has balloons. Oh, it's a... Okay. It'll stick to the closest surface and shoot nearby enemies. It'll also crit enemies that are poisoned. How much crit damage? Wouldn't you like to know? And it's just that easy, boys. And then this happened. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. That was crazy. After that, I got the Star Fury as my starting weapon, the reference weapon I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Every time you hit an enemy, 2 shooting stars will come from above to get some more hits in. What a stupid... So he doesn't use it like a sword. He uses it like a child with a hammer. Stupid swing aside, the sword actually does pretty well against groups. I'd been skipping it because of how bad the stats looked, but it's not that bad. Still, it wasn't good enough to pass up the stiletto. And a little down the line, I had yet another promising poison build. This time, I could just leave behind the barnacle and double crossbow to kill enemies without dealing with anything. And on top of that, I got a legendary shield that freezes and poisons enemies on parry. The freeze will work with the frostbite mutation, and the poison, of course, works with everything else. I also swapped for a much stronger turret that deals bonus damage to poison instead of inflicting it. And then there was the curse chest, which I survived very easily. It's just that easy, boys. What can I say? I let my equipment do the talking. Clean run so far, except for all the times I've gotten hit. Other than that, clean run. But unfortunately, even with all of this poison, Mama Tick was too much for me this time. That sucks. That sucks. By the rule of 3rd time's the charm, I just need to get to the Hand of the King one more time, and I can win this. And they gave me the fucking King Scepter. I actually wanted to reset because of that, but I settled for Firebrands as my main weapon. I thought that would be awful, and it definitely did pretty low damage, but it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. I wasn't good enough to get the kill streak, but I finally decided to cash in on a strategy I'd been doing, where I'd pay all but 1 sell on certain items so I could get a colorless version for free when the time came. That time is now, and I'm going to have the Mushroom Boy join me on my journey. Once the boy is deployed, he'll stay active for the entirety of the current floor, and he's got a lot of power in that tiny frame. He just threw him off. Oh, I really like that. Not only that, but he's invulnerable and will follow you wherever you go. Okay, that is crazy. How does he have so much force behind it? I'd go so far as to say he's maybe too good, and he might be the one to help me bring this home. I finally picked up a real weapon that also happens to deal extra damage to burning targets, swapped my infantry grenade for a shiny new death orb, it does extra damage to burning targets too, and moved on into the morass to test it out. And then I think I'm just going to immediately throw the death orb just to see what it does. Oh dear. It was a little disappointing damage-wise, but now that I understand it, it'll be very useful against Mama Tick. It moves slowly and does constant damage, so a big, stagnant lady like herself is the perfect candidate. And honestly, worked like a charm. Damn. Now it's time for the Mushroom Boy to tour the lands. I swapped the Death Orb in exchange for a fire grenade since the bosses in the future aren't going to be nearly as big, and once I cleared the enemies guarding it, got a very special legendary. It's a bow that crits at close range, inflicts bleed, and for now, deals double damage. Once I re-roll it, it'll be very useful. And, cherry on top, my new amulet makes me invisible after I don't attack for a bit. With something to look forward to, I ran through Stilt Village with my trusty sidekick and re-rolled the bow hoping for something good. Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. That sorted itself out pretty quickly, so I moved right on to the clock tower. As always, the layout of this area is a little annoying with how vertical it is, but along the way I got a leveled up grenade that'll do extra damage with the bow's bleed, and at this point there really isn't anything I even need anymore. I beat the timekeeper yet again and moved on to the castle for hopefully the final time, but not before swapping out my grenades. This might seem like a dumb call, but this grenade can be used a lot more often, and much more importantly, my arrows will come back when I use it. That's not going to be a problem anywhere else, but during bosses, they survive long enough to have all of my arrows in them. Once that happens, I'm in trouble. I parted ways with invisibility in exchange for 2 brutality scrolls, quickly got all of the keys, getting an achievement for killing 100 elites along the way, made one last change to my mutations with vengeance and scheme, and prepped for the final fight. 3rd time's the charm, right? Listen, brother, we need to bring this home. Let's go! Damn! Oh, he got me in that. Uh-oh. Heal. Oh, okay. I got it off. I don't care. We got there. I don't know why, for that one in particular, I was just like, I just had a better time reading his attacks. That felt like a totally different fight. A dozen runs later, and I finally beat 1 BC. Only 4 more to go.